Everyone always focuses on the negative impacts of artificial intelligence, but it truly is another technology that is mainly there to make our lives more convenient, to find solutions to problems that otherwise we may have not been able to, or within a realistic, reasonable time frame. How AI can revolutionize science. We're seeing AI pretty much everywhere now. And it's pretty crazy. As soon as I started thinking, hey, let's make an AI channel, I've seen over the past month so many websites, applications, so many companies using artificial intelligence. Just even in one of the Economist articles about AI, they're talking about how now in 23, 99% of research is with the help of artificial intelligence in science, whether it's for astronomy, whether it's for discovering, hey, does this antibiotic actually work? Discovering new medicines and drugs that can actually help with really hardcore stuff like cancer and Alzheimer's, and finding cures to stuff that would have taken potentially decades. Well, we haven't found the cure yet, but we're one step closer. The time that needs to be spent in research and development has been shortened by a fraction. And this is just the very beginning of AI. AI is going up exponentially. So, one really big positive right now that we're seeing is anybody who's well versed with artificial intelligence, first of all, your value goes up like crazy, but your actual skill set can help increase your pay by roughly 40% more. We're talking, hey, you went from a 5-figure salary to potentially now into low, but welcome to the 6-figure club. So anything from, obviously, anything related to data science, computers, mathematics, and software engineering, programming, coding, to also accounting, to being a online assistant, to anything involving these virtual AI programs. So whether it is with machine learning, data science, TensorFlow, deep learning, or natural language processing, these are the main ones that are going up like crazy, but everything else is being impacted slowly by this. And right now, we are seeing that potentially by 2030, which isn't that far away. Now we're just approaching the end of October. Before you know it, November's ending, December's here, and we're in a new year, 2024. Well, how many potentially jobs can AI replace by 2030? Potentially 12 million in just America alone. 12 million people will lose their jobs and will have to change industries or work with AI in some form or fashion. Now, certain careers, not yet, you don't have to worry about it. Like if you're a surgeon or maybe a psychologist, anything to do with mental health, obviously AI, we might not trust it just yet. It may not be as developed. Anything to do with your physical health, obviously, these 2 points are pretty important. You don't want to mess up someone's physical or mental health. So for right now, those are pretty safe. Eventually, accounting and bookkeeping will be automated like crazy. But for right now, there's still a lot of very fine details that AI is just not there yet. It's not ready for. But a lot of labor jobs, such as if you're a plumber or an electrician, think typical union jobs. Hey, you're fixing elevators, construction. Well, it's not going to be, you're going to have a robot replacing welds within the next year. You've got robots that are working, and they're working hard, obviously, in factories and creating creating cars, the automotive industry. But you already had a robot that is able to, like a fraction of a grape, dissect it. And that's pretty cool, but does that translate to a human organ? It might. But what happens if it cuts into the wrong vein or something and the patient dies? Well, we're not there yet. Also with transportation, we do have autopilots in planes, but we're not ready for a full AI robot takeover of transportation just yet. Whether it's to do with agriculture and charges our food sources, whether it's to do with religious figures, the clergy, go to church. Well, AI is certainly not going to be there yet for a while. Doctors, nurses, you have a lot of careers, traditional careers, chefs, culinary experts. These are not going to get replaced just yet. That doesn't mean they're going to get replaced ever. It just means probably within the next couple of years, it's not going to be at the point where we think it'll be. So it gives you something to think about. If you're working in a career that's probably easy to replace, such as with the previous video, whether that is minimum wage or retail, or something that you're working with computers that is really easy to automate over time, let's say your data entry in an office, administrative work, that will get replaced. Whether it's 5 years from now, 10, 15 years from now, now is the time to start studying this technology, and massive improvements can be made towards your future income if you start studying, first of all, how to program, how to become a software engineer, how to go from there to data scientist, a machine learning engineer, a business intelligence developer. These will be extremely high-paying six-figure jobs that if you're a senior at these jobs after 2 to 4, maybe after 5 years, you have the potential to later on go from $500,000 to $1 million in just a salary, because these people are going to be very high in demand. Research scientists, data analysts, big data engineer or architect. There's going to be a lot of stuff in the software engineer, in the programming world, where this is going to be a huge stepping stone for potentially crazy stuff later on, such as what is the cure to death? Can you fix major problems such as, hey, space travel, or exploring underneath, the Earth's crust or the oceans? Crazy stuff, like out of this world, futuristic, outlandish stuff that seems outlandish right now. But we're generally going towards the future much faster than we realize. That will be similar maybe to the movies, or at least certain concepts seem outlandish right now. But the people who will really study right now and have these amazing skill sets, they're not going to see their income go up by 40%. They're going to see their income triple, quadruple, 10x, potentially create their own companies from that. AI is going to revolutionize science, our entire world, everything. And if you get left behind, like the current generation who are older, and for example, you grew up in the 50s or 40s and you're just learning how to use a smartphone and the internet, it's already kind of too late. You don't want to be left behind. So with that, some things to think about. Artificial intelligence. What can you do to learn about it right now? What can you do to help out and potentially make this a part of your career? Now, it's not going to work for absolutely everybody, but maybe there's some people out there right now who are thinking it's time for a career change. It's never too late. We're just in its infancy right now. So think about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care.